Dungeons and Dragons, what you do is to create a fantasized universe of the mind in which expediency to achieve your goal is more important than any kind of moral frame of reference to your actions.
So we have a wizard now teaching the children of his magical studies.
That's kind of far out.
Mazes and monsters is a far-out game. Swords, poison, spells, battles, maiming, killing.
Hey, it's all imagination.
Is it?
This is the Heroes Era.
And welcome to the Heroes Era. I'm your Dungeon Master Ben, and we are playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons. This is session 1 of our third campaign together. And tonight I'm happy to have with us Bodhi as Brutus.
The ex-soldier on a job from his old commander, trying to do right by his army and his loyalty.
Chris as Elias.
Elias Meadow Watcher, your friendly neighborhood druid.
Eric as Kendall.
Sorry, yep, Jason.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Eric.
Going
PC name because I'm reading notes. Sorry, Jason.
Oh, that's all good.
Jason is Kendall.
Yeah, the resident scholar in search of a tome that was stolen from him by this weaselly little gnome that he knows. It's kind of a jerk.
I love the gnome hate. And Joel as No Knox.
The player of beautiful theme music for our heroes.
Very nice, very nice. And tonight we are telling a story, but we do not yet know how it will go. The players, the dungeon master, the dice, all of these will have a hand in how the game unfolds. This is the Heroes Era. Before we begin, I want to just touch on a little bit of housekeeping real quickly. Please make sure to follow the channel and give our video a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. These games are live on Monday nights at 6 Pacific, and you can be a part of the game using your channel points. So you can even turn the tide of battle by granting your favorite player advantage or giving them some healing in a tight spot. We play and release usually 3 sessions monthly, so turn on your notifications to keep up. And if you would like to support the stream, the best way to do that right now is to subscribe to our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/theheroesera. This is a nice way to help cover some operating costs, and of course is always very much appreciated. And if you would like to join our community, we have a Discord channel, and it's a great way to make friends who play D&D online or just chat about D&D, RPGs, and stuff like that with other nerds like us. We'll also be running one-shot adventures throughout the year, and joining our Discord is the best way to get in on those games. There's also a few other DMs in our community who run free games, so it is a good place to network. And finally, our content does include descriptions of graphic violence, so please be advised of that. And now, let the game begin. Wow, it's been a long time since we've done a new campaign.
Solid intro, Ben.
It's great, yeah.
So, I've given each of you, we have 2 teams of 2 kind of here, just to pare things down, make it a little bit simpler for beginning the game. And you each have, a few words about what is going on here. And as many adventures do, this one starts in a tavern at Pinky's on the River in the city of Confluence. This is a small river port city. It mostly handles trade that are, the trade headed from one larger city to another. It is unique in that it is ruled by a demigoddess, I would say, who is able to ship contents upriver by changing the flow of the stream. or the river itself, rather, so to speak. And so, of course, that takes, some wealth or power, prestige to, procure those kinds of services for yourselves. But nonetheless, that might be what makes this place unique. And Pinky's is a tavern with several bars, a grill, and around 30 private rooms for rent. And the general store is also in Pinky's. This place is packed with people who are waiting for the ferries to calm down and leave the area. You have both heard that, there are rumors of the wild hunt taking place. And it's causing most people to hunker down and wait for these deadly games to pass. I'm going to begin with the group of two that we have called the Mystics, Elias and Kendall. So you have journeyed to Confluence. Elias was able to track Hookwit along the cliffside path, the despicable gnome that we spoke of moments ago. But that trail has gone cold, and you haven't found any clues since reaching Confluence. You've asked around town, but nobody has had information to offer yet. However, Commander Hawkins has asked you to meet him at Pinky's at first light. And so I would take us there to Pinky's. And you do see Commander Hawkins in a large corner booth, tables, booth seating available for this, not a conference room, but it has its own privacy, perhaps even drapes to keep out the other patrons of the bar. And the commander stands up. And, he's wearing his armor. Looks like he's actually quite busy at the moment. No helmet, of course. He nods his head and says, "Thank you two for meeting me. Would you have a seat, please? Breakfast is on me, and drinks, if you'll have them."
Yes, sir. That's it's mighty fine of you. Thank you.
Right, I remember we spoke a few days ago, and here, please. And I didn't know what to think of the two of you at the time, I'll be honest, but I have done some research, and Wella speaks well of you, and I know that you've been asking around, Kendall.
Yes.
You've been asking about a specific person, a Hookwit, I believe.
Yes. He stole something from me that could be embarrassing to some people if we don't track it down.
That's right. Well, I have some information regarding Hookwit, but I would like a favor. No, I would like for you to accept a job from me if I share this information. I promise you'll find it valuable.
Logic dictates that our track has gone cold, so at this point I feel like we are at your mercy, unfortunately.
And you too, Elias, agree to that?
Well, I mean, rationale would dictate that I should at least hear out what you have to say.
Oh, sure. The one that you have been seeking, the barkeep says that he's headed east. He spoke of the ruins at Nimnayala.
All right. And
the job I would have you do for me, Kendall.
Would we know what the ruins at Nimnaya Allah, what they're about, Ben?
Absolutely, yes. You would know that the city itself is now in ruins after Mount Hetlevin was taken from the earth by the giant Anam, and now the mountain hovers inverted over the city, and many different powers vie for control of those ruins still. There is no one operating law in that area. You would be several days travel from there through the mountains.
Cool. A lot of casualties when this took place?
Yes, there have been, and it came on the heels of war and a terrible event known as Anam's Fury, when the river itself was raised from the land and wielded as a whip. And there were heroes that stood against the giant when Anam tried to lift all of the mountains in the region. And they succeeded in preventing him from lifting all except for Nimnai Allah, Hetlevin, Mount Hetlevin.
Looking over at Elias, it's a good chance. There's a good chance that he plans on this particular tome that he stole. Let's just say he stole. It sounds like the kind of place he's heading to he'd be able to put the teachings within to good use. Or I use the term good loosely, but you know what I mean.
Effective
might
be a better word.
And I have already revealed the prize, but the task that I would ask of you is if you would simply escort my charge Detheda to the city. She is transporting a valuable source.
Well, sir, we could very easily just get up and walk away with the information that you've already given us. But fortunately for you, I happen
Commander
to be a man
Hawkins blushes a little bit as you say that.
I happen to be a man of certain levels of honor that would not allow me to do so. And as it is that you have already paid us in information, I suppose that I am obligated, as a man of my word, to take your charge, as it were.
I appreciate it. Call me Kevin. I've been leading men for a few years now, but I'm probably young in your eyes. He looks to you, Elias.
Pretty much everyone I meet is, but that's all right.
Right. Well, listen, Detheda is anxious to leave. She's transporting a valuable pipe organ. It is imperative it makes it there whole. Now, I did have in mind, she should be arriving shortly, but there are two others that I thought might do well to join your cause. And I would leave it up to you if you do wish to join with them, but I've also invited them. And Kevin, Commander Hawkins stands as two gruff-looking individuals walk towards the booth, and he hails you. You have met Commander Hawkins before, and this is where we'll introduce Brutus and No Knox. Charming and dangerous. That's what we settled on.
Yes.
Very nice.
I like it.
Yes. Please, I'd like to introduce you. I've just made a proposition to Kendall and Elias that they've accepted. Master Kendall, Master Elias, Master No Knox, Master Brutus. And he brings you all together and kind of sets back, just wiping some sweat from his brow, a little stressed, but and sets to his meal.
Gentlemen, that's not.
Brutus, introduce yourself.
Yes.
Good evening, sirs. I am Brutus.
You've heard my name, No Knox.
Yes. And as was just mentioned, Elias and my good friend here, Kendall.
Pleasure.
Please do come and join us, though. Have a seat.
Brutus sits down and kind of like leans into No Nox. That one speaks a lot. I like him. And sits down and like places his halberd across his lap that he carries with him, and it might poke into somebody, but he doesn't pay enough mind to it.
Brutus, kindly set your arms aside. I don't wish to spill my soup.
Fine. And he just takes it and he leans it against the table instead.
Thank you.
Well, you have me and No Nox.
You have business with us.
Well, I was hoping that you all might come to an agreement. I have hired Elias and Kendall, and I would like if they could discuss what they have been hired to do with you. I don't like to put together people who... This is a very delicate mission, is all I'm going to say.
I grow bored in this place. A little excitement would do me good.
Brutus turns over to the two people that look like they don't get into scraps very much. Brutus kind of tries to size up the two other compatriots that he doesn't know. Do they look like they have any obvious like scars or like like calluses on their hands or some such?
Kendall, how does Kendall appear?
He's got he's grown a beard in because it's up north. It's a bit cooler than south where he's from. He's wearing a long leather coat. He's got a big thick book. The borders of, or like the I guess like the cover and the backing of it are kind of a petrified layered leaves. And something you've never seen on a book of this nature is that through the binding of it is actually a strap, and he actually kind of carries this book almost like a satchel, but he's able to bring it around and then just like loop it back under his arm when it's not in his hands. But he's got it, but kind of like hanging kind of.
So when I describe Brutus and No Nox as hard-looking fellows, Kendall's not so much.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How about Elias?
Nicely filed fingernails. His hands are clean and soft.
Oh.
Maybe a little bit, probably covered in ink, a little bit, black ink on his probably around his fingertips and on his thumbprint.
Okay.
Otherwise, fairly clean.
And how about Elias?
Elias at the moment is also he's very clean. He's wearing nice, clean, well put together, leathers and whatnot. And but he also very much has the appearance of that, like, hard physical labor type of guy who just, took a shower and put on a nice shirt. But you can still kind of see it. He's got the gruffness and the calluses in his hands. He's got a lot of scars, not major, massive scars, but little nicks and scrapes along his arms and his hands and the exposed part of his forearm where his shirt sleeves cuffed up a little bit. He is also much larger than, Kendall's pretty tall, right?
Yeah, he's like 6 feet tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wiry,
so he's
wiry.
Yeah, he's a little bit taller than Kendall, but he's probably twice as broad. He is very, very, very large stature, very strong for an elf. He's not massive, but he's for an Eladrin, he's got some pretty decent muscle. He looks like somebody who could take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Now I see you eyeing up my skinny little friend here. Make no misunderstanding. What he lacks in physical capabilities, he makes up for many other ways. I assure you, he can hold his own just as good as any of us can.
So he's like No Nox.
And I look up at No Knox. Yeah, like that.
How tall is No Knox actually?
So, I know we discussed like stat wise, like his strength is not there all the way, but he does have a powerful build, so he is a bigger guy. Definitely, probably around 6 feet.
So, and Brutus is 6'10". He is a tall guy. He is lanky and he's got some strength to him. And Brutus looks over. What has this commander asked you to do that may interest us?
Well, the fine details basically are that we're to escort this Detheda to the city. She's transporting some sort of organ. That's what we've agreed to.
Yes, she's going to Riverside, just
Riverside,
south of Nimbyla.
Riverside.
Yeah.
That
We've agreed
seems-
to get her to Riverside.
Yeah, just gotta make sure that she gets there in one piece, as well as the equipment that she carries.
Well, that's interesting.
This seems good.
Of course. We had plans to go to
Yeah.
Riverside before, so that aligns with what we want. But of course, if it's a job, then we should discuss payment.
Oh yes, payment. Yes, I wasn't
No one-
going to do this for free. No.
No one
Yeah,
works
no.
for-
Of course, nobody would expect you to. Kevin, I think this is where you come back in this conversation, isn't it?
I thought the two of you would be happy to just find companions to travel east. Charmed and dangerous.
Brutus just looks side to side real quick.
Well, it is only fair. I was being paid a certain amount to transport Detheda. I suppose I've gotten her half of the way. How about 40 gold agreed upon, all in advance, 10 for each of you?
Yes.
Sounds mighty fair.
Yes, good.
Now that there is some coin to our agreement, it is something of a binding contract, I'm afraid, with the ATK. So let me just draft up an agreement, and if you could all sign for me, please, that you agree to escort Detheda all the way to Riverside.
All the way to Riverside, yes. Now, you say transport, and you mentioned something of an organ or some sort of something that she's transporting. I'm assuming that I'm not going to be expected to carry this thing. It's on a cart, or you have other beasts of burden, or maybe our newfound companions can carry it.
There are plenty for hire at this time. You may want to get your own, or just travel alongside her. Detheda, nice of you. Here, Detheda, come over here, please. And Kevin stands. I have a bit of business to attend to. I'll be right at the bar. But please, this is Lady Detheda, and she is from Dunlop. She is a very special guest and a dear friend of mine, and we have been through a lot together. I trust that you will take good care of Detheda, although she is well equipped to take good care of herself. And I'm sure her two friends, I'm sorry, Detheda, I forgot their names, but I'm sure they'll be along. And Lady Detheda, they've agreed to take you to Riverside, and they have agreed to leave today, as you requested. And
Wait, why?
Yes, I'm sure that's not a problem. Again, nice speaking with you all. And if you have questions, I'll be at the bar. Detheda bows and pulls up a chair and, regards the food on the table, helps herself. Yes, so you will be the ones taking us then. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
That is correct.
Pull up the contract. That's what it says.
Do I really have to sign that contract?
Brutus, it's standard procedure.
I don't want to.
I mean, I would say that they're probably going to require you to sign it if you want your gold.
Okay. And you watch Brutus take and sign very shakily on the piece of paper where it's a barely legible name, and he's like,
I'm gonna help him.
Thank you.
What's the matter with this one? Detheda says regarding Brutus.
Oh, he's just nervous around pretty women.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, then what's the matter with him? Detheda says again.
Ouch.
I'm teasing. You're all right.
Oh, good. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
It's okay, my friend.
I don't know fully, ma'am, but I would say, judging on the size of that there halberd that he brought along with him, that riding out contracts is probably not where he normally operates.
Yeah. Yes.
Aren't you a soldier? She eyes you up and down.
You was soldier. I got out. Was bad. Still like army though. They're pretty nice to me. They only hit me sometimes.
Okay, well that's strange. Right then, I am hoping to leave shortly. I have the wagon prepared and horses to take us. Do you have horses or a wagon?
I get a horse.
We do not.
You do not get one if you do not already have one, my dear.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make arrangements for it. That's all right.
Well, we'll be going quite slow, so you can walk alongside the cart if you like, but I'm afraid it's already such a large burden. It is quite a heavy organ that we're moving. You look like you'll do well to help in that. I'm surprised, though, that Kevin chose for me such a learned group. We are moving something heavy, you all realize.
I can assure you, my lady, where I may lack in the brawn as my companions, I can more than make up for with the brains.
And, well, you know that it will be dangerous. There are many goblins out on the trail.
With all due respect, ma'am, I do believe that that's why we are here.
Yes.
That's right. Well then, I've had my fill. If you would, in about an hour's time, meet me out front and we'll depart.
Sounds wonderful. I think that we should go and procure us another cart, and we will meet here at the determined time.
Okay, don't be late,
Good.
please. We need to make good time. It is already growing late by the dragon.
Yes, of course.
Goodbye, pretty not pretty lady.
Come here, friend.
What?
Detheda excuses herself.
She called me learned, and Brutus is just smiling.
I think we can get a cart and some sort of beast of burden for the money that we have with us there, Elias.
No Knox, come here. I need your help. And he hands him a pouch of 80 gold. I don't know what to do with this. They said to use it for expenses. I can't count.
Oh, buddy.
I can't count too well. You like money? Take it. He just pushes it into his hand.
Don't worry. I will take good care of this for you.
Let me see what I can find out real quick here. And I'm going to pop back over to the bar where Kevin said he was just going over to the bar, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to just sort of scooch over next to him. Kevin, excuse me for a moment. We met Detheda. She's a lovely lady. We'll definitely take care of her. Now, we need to go and procure ourselves a cart and a horse or something. Do you know what what sort of fee we'd be looking at to get one of them around here? What that cost would run for us?
Hey, Pinky, you have a cart? You want mules with the cart or just the cart?
Well, I'm not going to pull it myself.
I suppose not. Well, then you'll need at least one mule. How big of a cart?
I look back at these massive guys.
We're all very tall.
Yeah, with me, and I'm like, I'm pretty large. I think might be a good idea.
Yeah, you guys needs a cart. You gonna bring it back or keep it?
Yeah, listen, we'll bring it back. We just need something to borrow.
Pinky is a
little
large,
rental.
Gruff, sweaty fellow who's come over from the grill. Yeah, right. Whoa, that changed a little bit.
It's a gruff
I've
sounding
used 4
guy named
accents
Pinky.
so far, so it's fine.
Listen, man, we're all figuring out our voices
Yeah,
here.
we'll get there. We'll get there.
Fine.
I lost it so far now. It's not coming back. And Pinky,
Pinky leaves and a new guy shows up.
He actually signs in American Sign Language at you.
yeah. If you're gonna bring it back, 5 gold. If you're not, then 15 gold for the cart and the mule.
I just kind of look at Kevin for a second. You don't cover the expenses for these trips as well? That's half of my earnings that he's asking me for this.
That cart's gonna be going real slow, Elias. You could walk alongside it.
Where's the friend discount? Come on. We're all friends here.
What? How much did he say? We can split that 4 ways. That's fine.
No, it's fine. I kind of laugh at him. All right,
Yes,
Kevin.
I got to get back. To the grill,
You got.
15.
All right,
then.
yeah. 5. We got 5 because we're gonna bring it back. I say it's 5 gold. All right, we'll see. We'll see you back here soon.
5 gold
make
each.
sure that
I can
you
handle
feed
that.
mule good.
Yes, sir. I rest assured I know how to handle the beast. All right. I take care of him. Mighty fine care.
Pinky explains there's a stable round back, and Shanna will get you set with the mule in the cart. And he writes out a quick slip as a receipt. Here.
Elias, I'm assuming you can drive this thing too.
Yeah, I think I can handle that.
Great.
Sir, I drive cart.
Oh,
I good at it.
He's very good.
Are you good at driving the car?
Yes, was one of my old jobs.
Well, all right then. Yeah, then you drive the car. That's fine with me. That's one less thing I have to do.
That's our cart now. We own.
Well, we'll borrow.
Oh.
We got to bring it back.
This cart not coming back. we own.
Buddy,
Shana speaks up. It says here on the receipt you'll bring it back. You got 6 days.
He's joking. He's a very funny guy.
Oh,
yeah, he's
it's 10 more gold.
Here, and Brutus hands him the money he was just given by Kevin to the guy. We keep guard.
And this is Shana out back in the stable. She thanks you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I guess we're keeping it then.
We have a cart.
Sir, every time I've had cart not come back.
Well, I'll tell you.
I swear he's good at driving carts.
I'm sure that he is, and I'm not worried about it at all. Now listen here, Brutus. I'll tell you what, friend.
What?
Since you pay for all that, so this right here, this is your cart.
I own something.
You
he
own
smiles.
You own this car, and I certainly do hope that you will oblige us well enough to allow us to ride upon it as we travel together as well. Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Brutus, this is your cart. You choose the music.
How long did you say the trip would be?
The trip should take no more than a few days.
Anyone need anything more from store?
Yeah, I think we're gonna need some food. Probably, maybe it wouldn't hurt maybe to take some firewood. I can't be bothered searching for firewood on the road.
Oh, I'll take care. We get firewood.
Camp is no issue. I camp
Maybe a
all
tent?
time.
I wouldn't mind getting a tent.
Temp is
You don't
luxury.
You don't have a tent. All right.
So- Now it's fine. Kendall, we'll pick you up a tent on the way out. That's not a problem. We could do that.
Okay.
You gentlemen don't.
We have a cart. We don't have to carry it.
You gentlemen don't want a tent yourselves. Sleep out under the stars.
I could have one.
Buddy, yes, you can.
I mean, we're going by the shop to pick one up. So if you would like, I myself can't. You know what? You bought us a car. I'm gonna get you a tent. Yes, sir. We get you a tent.
When do I have to give it back?
No, it's a gift. It's yours to keep. You own two things now.
Brutus just turns to Kendall. Your friend confused me. He's giving things. I don't know how. It's okay. And he just walks off.
Oh my. I'll help him.
All right.
Don't worry.
You go right ahead then. All right, so I guess Kendall and I will just hit up like a general shop and pick up just provisions for our trip. Make sure we're ready to go.
Okay.
And then we'll meet up in the hour.
Okay, you can easily buy any provisions that you seek that are commonly found. So looking at the world map, I will slide you guys over to I'll slide you guys over to the world map. Judging the distance of this trip, so each dash on a trail represents 30 minutes of travel.
Cool.
Give or take. Detheda explains there is a waypoint at an outpost of the Army of the Three Kingdoms that is about halfway there, that she would like to stay for the night after you get that far.
I think that's reasonable. I think we can make that. Yeah.
And I do want to take a break for just a moment as I get some other things set up here on the stream, and we'll be right back in about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll be back, okay?
Nice.
Yes. Reynold is an above-average height dwarf who worked in a small village as a blacksmith and was very friendly with his neighbors, making friends with whoever he could find. Despite having a simple and fulfilling life, he still felt a bit empty, like something was missing, until one day, out in a nearby forest, he spotted a baby orc, scavenging off of a wolf's corpse, trying to find something to eat. Reynold knew what he had to do and took this abandoned baby into his home and fed him, giving him shelter and clothing him. After an extended period of time, with no one seemingly coming after this child, Reynold adopted him and gave him a new name, Dismas Hook. Reynold spent all of his time with Dismas, teaching him his trade and learning the Orcish language and having a wonderful time, but not all was well. The other villagers that Reynold had known and befriended turned their backs on him and looked at the two of them with disgust. This family of two were treated as a disease, being mocked and insulted, refused service, or met with great resistance in day-to-day life, making Dismas's early life anything but normal. Once Dismas had grown and up and matured a bit, Reynold took him on a supply run to a nearby town to get away from all of the hostilities. But once on the outskirts of the village, they were ambushed by the more radical members of the community and battle occurred. The aftermath of this battle was bloody, and there were many casualties on both sides. The only one that lived that day was the once again lonely blacksmith. With an unmarked grave and a pack full of gear and memoirs, Reynold left behind his vile village and struck out in an attempt to find a reason in all the madness and hate that encountered him.
Yes, welcome, and we are back live, and this is the Heroes Era. We're going to pick right up where we left off, and you've been gathering provisions, making your plans to leave the city of Confluence to journey to Riverside. Detheda has explained it's a couple of days' journey, and she wishes to stop about halfway. I understand you all were able to gather supplies, hire a cart and a mule, or purchase one rather at this point.
Yeah.
And do you have anything else that you wish to tend to before leaving the city?
So I have rations. Do you have rations, Brutus?
No, but Brutus would pick up some. You know, it doesn't have to be the best food in the world, and he also can forage.
I mean, gentlemen, we gotta. There's a forest full of rations right out here. We'll be all right.
I agree.
Hey, it's you guys. And Pinky walks up. Yeah, look, I felt bad that I didn't have your friendly discount, so here's some bread. And he throws you a big bag of bread, and he said, here's some moldy bread for the gobbles. Throw one of them at a hob, and he'd probably let you be. And there's a big bag of, or sack, potato sack style of moldy bread.
Ooh, green bread, my favorite.
Yeah, these aren't all. You could still eat some of this,
No. You don't remember what happened last time.
Just don't eat. Fine. Don't eat too much of the green part.
You were in there for 2 hours. You know what happened.
I was okay. It's not that bad.
And then
Pink, Master Pink, thank you, sir.
Hey Ben, is there anyone else with Detheda, or is it just she's by herself with her organ on her cart, and then she has a couple of a couple of beasts of burden? Is that it?
Detheda is there with 2 other dwarves.
Okay. So while Elias is doing the shopping, I would like to again kind of getting ahead of planning for our departure. I'm gonna spend some time while they're out shopping. I'm gonna put an alarm spell on her cart. If anything, once we're on the road, if anything that's outside of our group comes within 20 feet, that our party, the 4 of us, will be alerted. That'll take me about 10 minutes to do that, so I can do that while Elias is shopping. Would that be alright?
Oh, that's a lovely idea, says Detheda. Good thinking. And now, will you explain briefly what you intend with the casting of the spell? So you're casting alarm on the card itself.
Yeah. As a ritual. So I'm kind of reciting it from this big book I've got kind of slung under my arm. And as I'm doing it, you kind of, it's almost like I'm kind of pulling magic out of the book, and then I lay my hand across the card, and it's gonna take some time because I go around the whole thing, and it's like this essence of magical energy kind of seeps into it for a moment and then just dissipates. No one else may even be around to see this, but if you were, that's what you would see. It's almost like I'm pulling magic out of my spell book as I'm reciting the ritual to cast this spell.
Very good.
And making my way around the cart. Yeah. So if anything comes within
post the spell within the chat.
Yeah,
as well.
sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm
Sorry.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Yeah, that's all. Basically, yeah. It's a ritual. Anything if where was it? Until the spell ends, the alarm alerts you whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the area, and it's a 20-foot cube. So I would kind of center it on the card, I guess. Really.
And have you designated specific creatures not to set off this spell?
Yeah, so it would basically be our party of 4, and then I would say Detheda and her 2 lackeys that are with her.
Very good. Okay. And then I would have the group of you now at the card with Detheda and Dozat and Huvon. And the dwarves are ready. They have been ready to go. They're pleased that they have finally found companions to travel with. I see that you've got your own cart. Well then, let's be on the way. And Detheda will follow you in her cart. If you are all riding the other cart, do I have that correctly?
Virtus is driving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably sit at the back and watch off the back of the cart towards where Detheda is. The one, yeah. If you guys are watching front, I'll watch where we came from.
Elias will sort of go back and forth between. He'll walk beside the carts, sort of keeping his eyes, keeping a lookout around in the woods and stuff, and every once in a while hopping up and sitting next to Kendall and taking a little break, and then sort of just moving around in position there.
Nice.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still checking some things.
I think I'm just casually laying around, maybe drinking whatever's left of the last bottle of wine I had.
If it will matter, I do have proficiency with land vehicles.
Oh, okay, very good.
So I'm very good at this.
Okay. And so there is the path before you, and this path goes eastward along the river, and it is kind of on a cliffside that overlooks the river, and then there is the mountainous slope to your left. The drop is perhaps 30 feet or so to the water, to rocky waters below. And Shograflees the son of the realm, the golden dragon, is high in the sky, and her song is reverberating throughout the hillsides here. You hear her song in the trees and the birds and the grass when the wind blows. And you all have been traveling for some time when you come upon a large branch in the road. There have been several of these already. This one is as bulky as the trunk of a tree. It will need to be moved for the carts to pass.
These guys.
Come on, Brutus. Come and help me.
All right, let's get it done.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Does it look like it was placed there, or like it fell there?
Yeah, Elias, has there been stormy around here lately?
Elias, will you make a nature check, please?
Yes, I will. Ooh, is this the first roll of the game? Of the campaign?
It is, yes.
Oh, it's so much pressure.
Don't mess up, bro. Don't do
What'd
it.
you say you want?
Huh?
What'd you say you want?
Nature.
Nature, please.
Nature. All right. Yep. 1 second. All right. Not bad. 15.
There are many branches, across the path and have been along the way. Doesn't seem like anything's really, out of the ordinary regarding it. Probably just fell out of one of the overhanging boughs above the path.
They mentioned are Brutus and
Nonox
going to? Are you guys approaching to kind of move it? Hawkins mentioned goblins along the path. Is that true, Ben?
What do you mean?
Okay, Kevin made a comment, or maybe it was Detheda made a comment of goblins on the trails between here and Riverside.
Right.
I think
She
Detheda
warned that
said
there
it.
would be goblins along the trail because of the wild hunt that's taking place, perhaps.
I don't like this, guys. Pull up my spell book and flip pages a couple times and begin reciting a spell. And you can see as I kind of complete the words in this particular spell, it's like a magical aura comes over me, and it's the gift of alacrity. I'm just giving myself some extra speed in case something does happen, because logic dictates that this is not a natural occurrence. And I'll put that spell in the chat there too. This one.
Brutus, you hop out of the cart at the behest of Nonox to move this large log. Who better than you, after all? And as you pick it up, you feel something restraining it, and you look. Please make a perception check as you feel this.
Well, why is it not moving?
It has begun to move, but you do feel it resisting, and as you look to the left, you see a line going from the end of this log into the tree line through the grasses, and it seems to be affixed as it travels up the tree. There you see a cage, a small wicker cage with two birds in it, hanging from in some way attached to this thread. What do you do, Brutus?
Seems there is a trap. There's birds in a cage in the tree, connected to this trunk. I don't know if there's enemies around.
Do we see the birds? Do we see the birds?
As Brutus says this, you can easily follow, what he is saying, and you see the birds. They're hanging in a wicker cage.
Do you know what kind of birds those are? I turn to. You said Elias looked a little bit more worldly, right?
Elias recognizes these are pigeons,
Yeah.
usually found in cities or near settlements.
So kind of out of place out here in the middle of nowhere.
To me, does this trap look like some kind of a signal? As in, if someone were to move this log, the birds would be freed, or
It
something.
sounds like that's what it looks like to you. I think that is a fair hunch. Brutus, as they're deducing this trap, you are standing very carefully, trying not to negotiate this, you are trying to negotiate this position carefully. Please make a dexterity saving throw, Brutus.
Help me. I need no help.
Sure, and you stand there holding the log while the two brainiacs here discuss what this might be.
It's bad, we know that.
I mean, Elias, it looks like if we are to move this blockade, those birds are going to get released.
That's Brutus is moving it.
Logic dictates that we just we kill the birds first.
You said it's attached to some kind of rope?
Yes, a piece of thread.
Is there a way for me to cut the rope and hold on to the other end?
Yes.
I'd like to do that, and I'd like to cut it with my dagger.
Okay.
Does the cage look heavy though? Are you going to be strong enough to hold that cage up?
How big is this cage? Yeah, you said it's a wicker cage, so I can't imagine.
A small wicker cage with two birds in it. Imagine this is a small bird cage. They're kind of cramped in there, actually. No, Nox, please.
If as he does, I'm get ready.
Just straight dexterity,
Kendall.
I was just saying, I'm going to get ready. If something happens that those birds manage to get, I'm going to try and shoot them with a ray of frost.
Okay.
You said straight dexterity?
Yes, please.
Okay. It's a 10.
Sure, you cut the line and you hold the cage.
Nice.
When you do so, the cage shudders a little bit, and you recognize that if you put too much tension on this, it will cause the door to open inward, and of course, if you release tension, the cage will probably drop and break to release the birds.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. No, Nox, hang on. I'm gonna help you out here. Let's see. And Elias is gonna pull out a length of rope that he has, and he's gonna tie it off on like the trunk of the tree, and pull the other bit out and try to take that and like tie it to the length of rope so that Nonox doesn't have to just sit there and hold it. So to basically sort of bypass the trap and maintain the tension so that we can move the log without.
Nice.
Make a dexterity check for me, please.
Oh yeah, I'll make dexterity checks all day long. I'm dexterous as hell. You don't even know. I do it like this. Woo, that's a 21, boy.
There you go.
You aren't lying.
Look at you.
You're able to manipulate the thread carefully as you tie a new knot around it.
Brutus, move the log.
Nimble fingers make quick work, and he just drags it to the other side of the road and pushes it off into some bushes. Okay, watch out for some people trying to attack us soon.
As we clear everything out, Elias looks over to Kendall and says, "Now you see, sometimes the most obvious solution works pretty well, but sometimes you can do it without killing any birds."
Hey, last resort, by all means, my friend. But
yeah.
If it's us or some birds, I gotta choose us.
You were ready to do what needed to be done. I know, and I see that, and I respect it.
The log is moved aside. The birds quietly cooing in their nests safely, not having been released, not having been killed. And you journey on. The carts move quite slowly because of the bulk of Detheda's transport. And you continue for some time,
Ben's like, they passed the first fight already.
How to slay you guys.
They come with a pointy end.
A rust form works pretty good, I hear.
Those pigeons were both polymorphed liches that were going to come down and just power would kill all four of us.
I knew I should
We ruined it. He didn't have anything written beyond this. He doesn't know what to do now.
It's like, this was the rest of the session, guys.
You're just one D&D.
Elias, will you make a perception check for me, please?
Why, yes, sir. It's going to be a 12.
And riding on I'm sorry, just to get this straight, is everybody riding on the mule-drawn cart? Is that the idea?
I am for sure.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not sure if. Yeah.
I've been off and on it, just keeping watch and stuff.
Right. Well, so Elias, you hop off the cart. The other three just, perhaps listening to the tune of No Nox's, or the other four listening to No Nox. Gosh. Okay. Sorry. We have NPCs on board here. Elias,
You have three other NPCs.
Your party is on the two carts collectively. You hop off, just having a look around, keeping your eyes to the trees and the path ahead, and then, suddenly at your side, you hear a large snap, and you look to see the cart fall and slump, the wheel having fallen into a ditch, and the wheel shatters and wood splinters kind of fly, and Kendall, Brutus, and No Nox, will you please make for me I think a check to prevent yourself from falling off of the wagon onto the ground.
Sure.
Clumsily.
Dexterity?
You can make a dexterity check, sure.
Sorry.
Could I make an athletics check to just kind of like grip onto the wagon?
Yes.
Could I make an acrobatics check to try to land on my feet?
Yes.
Oh, I beef it. Brutus is the cart never survives and just falls off.
The mule kind of bucks and whinnies. Brutus, you're thrown to the ground. Kendall and No Nox, you're able to, kind of leap agilely off of the cart and are standing beside it now next to Elias.
Crap.
Oh, dang.
Okay, friend.
Brutus, you all right, son?
Face for it in the dirt. Yes.
Here you go. Take my hand.
My nose
All right,
hurts,
why don't
thank you.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and pick yourself up? Let's dust it off. You'll be okay.
Okay. Brutus grabs his halberd and scans the tree line. Are we being attacked?
I'm gonna press the digitation to dust off of him.
Thank you.
Does it, I'm gonna go and take a look at get a better look at the cart and the wheel and the position of it, see how precarious the circumstance is.
Sure. And
So-
Dozat hops down with Huvon, and the two dwarves are next to you. They scratch their heads. Looks like we need to put a new wheel on her.
You guys have a spare?
I've got a couple on the back of the cart, but it's gonna take us at least an hour. You guys gotta pry it out of this hole too. It shouldn't be too hard. Luckily,
problem.
the big cart
All right.
didn't fall in there. I don't know if we would have been able to get it out.
Hey, that's okay. I'll tell you what, I'll get the mule off of here. I'll tie him off over the tree on here. Right? We'll get this cart pulled out, and then I'll go ahead and help you get these wheels switched, okay?
All right. Yeah.
I'm just gonna look
When I
around
go-
I'm just gonna keep an eye out around while you guys are doing that.
Brutus, you help him too.
Yeah.
Don't you know how to change a wheel?
Oh, first, we do it all the time. We're used to do it all the time.
Elias has already got like unhitching the mule, and he's like talking and just kind of humming to himself. He's humming the song that No Nox was playing earlier, and just like you could tell, he's doing something with his hands now. He's doing some manual labor. He's getting some work done. He feels really, really good about it. Almost like it's almost a spiritual thing for him.
Oh, Elias, you're pretty good at that there. Hey, I think though we're gonna need some larger logs to really pry this thing out of here. We'll go get some. Okay, you keep at this, fixing this wheel to get it ready.
Yes, sir. We keep working on it.
Huvum and Dozat move into the woods with their hatchets, and you kind of hear them as they disappear around the trees, hacking into wood.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Detheda?
Right here, love. And Detheda is on the large cart with the cargo.
I'm just keeping an eye on her. She's the one that we were contracted to look after.
Milady, do you need a weapon?
I'm sorry, Brutus?
Do you need a weapon? I don't see a dagger on you.
Oh, you would not see it. Then it would be too late for you.
Ha. Okay. Just walks off.
Kendall, they might need some help.
I'm gonna try to help with pushing the cart out as well.
Okay. Kendall, do you hear the sounds of my men's axes? And indeed, it has gone silent.
I do not.
We're leaving the cart.
I would like to move kind of quietly back off to where the dwarves were, Ben, if that's possible.
Sure. And No Nox, Brutus, Elias working at the cart. Kendall goes, the tree line is 10, 15 feet away. He's moving to get eyes, around the tree to where these dwarves were cutting wood. And Kendall, you see past some bushes. There's a small clearing, splintered wood, and there are your dwarf friends, except they are gagged and held from behind by goblins who are nearly their height, except there are a few more goblins than there are of these dwarves, and the dwarves look to have been roughed up badly. And one of the goblins says, as you step around, says, "Use, gives us the horses, or we kills this one." And he kind of steps forward and towards the path into the clearing, addressing the entire wagon, Kendall foremost in front of everybody.
So we hear this as well?
Yes, and what steps forward is there are 3 goblins holding them, and one behind who is doing the talking. The one behind shrouded in a large bear skin, and the head of the bear just covering this goblin's face. If it wasn't with other goblins, you might not know that it was a goblin. Again,
Brutus is
restate. Yes, gives us horses.
So just a minute here. What are your names? And I pull my book out from under as if I'm trying to look up their names in this ledger that I have under my arm.
Books, company.
Books and company.
And then I begin casting a spell, Ben.
Okay, everybody, please roll initiative.
Oh. No.
So 14 for me.
5.
17.
A 17, and I think I beat No Nox on the tiebreaker.
Yes.
For some reason, it says that my roll didn't go to your turn tracker.
Oh, we don't have one.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to incorporate music, and Not click it, switch it yet.
While you're doing that, Ben, quick question for you.
Yes, please.
Didn't you say we were all starting with inspiration, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I had that on there right.
In case, right, Chris? Just in case.
Yeah, and you said that inspiration is it's a free plus 15 to any roll, right?
Yeah, for everyone at home, that is a new home
Only
rule
once
we
per
are
turn,
implementing. Yeah, once per turn. It's nothing too crazy.
All right.
Just plus 15 to whatever you're gonna roll.
Can't stack,
And
And
so
it's only on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws.
Mhm.
That's it.
But not death saving throws and not initiative.
Right.
So you got to balance it out somehow,
Though a death save is technically a saving throw, and initiative is an ability check. So
I think that is the case because the Stone of Good Luck does apply to death saves.
yeah, that's just raw.
That's just
A
raw.
death-
so-
yeah. A death save is a saving throw, and initiative is an ability check.
So actually, yes, it does apply.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, Joel. When you get your jack of all trades, counts for initiative too. If you get there, or are you just gonna do one level of bard and then go all warlock? We know.
It's not my fault that Warlock
This
is so
makes a
cool,
pact like almost
Yeah.
immediately third session, and he's like, yeah, I'll sell
Listen,
my soul.
This is
What-
Joel,
what-
our bard
What
lock
musician
paladin.
hasn't? Yeah.
Sorry, Ben. My initiative is actually 24.
Is that all?
Yeah, I get to add a D8 with that spell I used when we stopped with the tree.
The gift of alacrity.
Gift of alacrity.
Very nice.
Oh wow, that lasted 8 hours. Nice.
It's
Yeah. No concentration.
and first level.
That's a handy spell.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm like scouring for non-concentration spells.
Oh wow, it's a good thing you have it too.
Oh, look at that!
These some fast goblins.
You did not come to play today, Ben. You came with all the high rolls today.
Okay, it's good you finished that sentence.
Does everybody have a vision of the map?
You were waiting for that?
Wow, that really got Chris. I see a
caught
black
me off
square.
guard. Sorry.
I see a map. It's just black right now, Ben.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, he has to figure out the
Fog of War?
the vision.
But he doesn't like unfinished thoughts.
No, I'd rather.
Hey, I
them
can
be
see it when
complete.
I drag a token out here.
Okay, will you please do that to... Oh, there you are. Thank you. Can
I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I just plopped it in the middle.
Drag it towards the lower end. Yeah, there you go. Good job, guys. Thank you.
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, I can't see that. Oh, now I can. I lied.
Oh, there we are.
There we are.
No, Nox, please drag your token to next to those two that were dragged out.
Here, I might be over here since it's probably at the wheel.
Wait, where are you guys? Can't see you.
For some reason, I can't see your all's tokens. I should be able to. Jason, have you pulled your Kendall out yet?
No.
You probably need to pull one out to be able to operate it.
All right.
Same with
Yeah,
No Nox.
Wait, I can't see anyone but myself.
I see everybody.
I see everybody.
Oh, No Nox, I see you. Okay. I will
I'm all the
move
way.
up.
There.
Oh, I'm standing next to a different no-knocks. Okay.
No wonder. That was all black
No
from my
knocks.
perspective.
Oh
And
no.
then Jason, just pull your token anywhere on the map, and I'll move them to the correct position.
Oh man, that was close.
Oh gosh, it's so close. I don't know what the real one is. Okay. I hope I
Oh, I was the one a little bit further back. Cool.
Okay, perfect. And then you can all control your tokens, and you can all see the map now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
It's strange because it should be able to see it on the
Guys.
other.
Love this map, man. Love it. Here we go.
Oh man, what a bummer. I can't. For some reason, I can't pull it up on my observer account. What can I do? I can change Firefox. Unfortunately, that is my version, but that's okay. Okay. Okay, so you all can see where the carts are and the pictured goblins. I have the goblins basically holding the dwarves hostage here, and the one who is speaking for them, is behind the group.
Right. Yep. Got him.
Okay, and we rolled initiative. At the top of initiative is Kendall, and you had begun to cast a spell.
Yeah. So I have my. I was trying to trick these guys, and to look as I was looking into my book, I was just looking for the right page. Candle begins kind of waving his fingers as he's kind of waving and his hands over his spell book, and then as he pulls up, it's like he draws like a handful of dust up from out of the book, and then kind of just like flutters it in the direction of these goblins, and it's like they're surrounded in sleepy dust, casting into a sleep spell, and it covers a 20 foot radius, I believe, from a point. So I'll just kind of center it in on these goblins, and I'll roll and see how many hit points of them I can put to sleep. Sorry, there it is. Roll. Just rolled it. Should be coming through the thing.
Alrighty.
Did it roll? Level 1. Oh, there it goes. Submit. Submit. Come on. Sorry, guys. There's a delay on something here. Oh.
13.
Oh my gosh, I rolled really, really badly. Oof. So it's starting with the.
So you cast
kind
your
of centering it
sleep spell
on
the
this
group
one
of-
goblin here.
Sure, you cast your sleep spell on the group of goblins and dwarves. The dwarves being kind of manhandled here, and you notice both of the dwarves go limp and slump over, asleep.
Cool. That's okay too.
They become heavy in the goblin's arms, dead weight, harder to manipulate. Kendall has cast his magic.
You guys hear me okay? I'll get out of the way though. I'm gonna use my move and just kind of come back. Can I come back over here? Can I get that? Or maybe I can't go that far. I'll just go here. Behind this bush. Oh, sorry. Yeah, right there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to put any of the goblins to sleep, but I was able to take the dwarves out of the equation. And I believe that will be my turn.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
And Kendall, you get the jump on them and cast the first spell, but then the one behind them, who was talking for them, throws back the bear head, and his hair is wild, greased, pointing in every direction, black. And he chants words of magic, waving a small wand, and a ray of frost shoots out at you, this frigid beam of blue-white light.
Nice.
Will an 11 hit?
11 will not hit.
Okay. And the one who has cast the magic yells, "Get some!" The goblins move to rush forward. two of them hop up onto the crates and cargo of Detheda's cart, and one of them tries to grab Detheda. And it does so as she struggles against him. The other runs forward and leaps onto one of the horses and begins hacking at the ropes that bind it to the cart. Third goblin moves through the tree lines, draws its short bow, and fires an arrow at you, Kendall.
Oh, the nerve.
And an 11 will not hit.
No.
The arrow just sticks into the tree between yourself and the goblin. And next up is No Nox. You see one of the goblins trying to make off with Detheda, another trying to cut free a horse, and they have just discarded these dwarves that have passed out from magic, the magical effects of Kendall. Go ahead, No Nox.
This is not what I wanted, but alright. So, the one that is attacking Our Lady, I'm going to shoot a crossbow bolt at him. Do I have a clear shot, or would I have to get into the cart?
You have a clear shot.
Okay. Will a 23 hit?
That will hit.
Awesome. Nice. For 4 damage.
The goblin curses as it's trying to pull away Detheda.
We can talk this out! We don't have to fight. And I'll turn to Brutus and I'll say, Brutus, hurt them! And I'll use my bonus action to give him bardic inspiration.
I guess I will.
Okay. And next is Elias.
Elias hears all the commotion as he's trying to get the wheel repaired. And he turns around, he looks up, and he sees all this happening. As he sees the goblin jump up onto Detheda, take a crossbow bolt, and then jump back up onto her again, he's gonna look up and see him go, "Hey!" Scoop up a bunch of rocks off the ground. And he's gonna take one and like a sidearm, like skip motion, he's gonna throw it at the goblin and cast magic stone on it. And he's just gonna go, "Hey! Yeah!"
Throwing a rock at a goblin.
For a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
For 3. Wait, hang on. I think it's supposed to be. Is it just the D6?
1d6 plus spellcasting.
Yeah, so that should be 7. It's not on there, right? It should be 7 points of damage on that.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I'm juggling a few tasks. Which goblin was this?
The one that was on Detheda.
Thank you. And the rock just smacks it straight in the forehead. The goblin goes rigid and falls off the side of the cart, releasing Detheda.
Now after I throw that, I'm gonna turn and look at the one that's on the horse, and I'm just holding another rock and be like, "Hey!"
The goblin's eyes are wide as it slashes at the rope, frantically trying to free this horse. Next is
that's my turn.
Brutus.
Brutus looks at these goblins sad that he has to do this, and from where he's standing, juts out with his halberd to go and try and stab this one to prevent him from letting loose one of the horses, because he's got 15 foot of reach with that halberd and long limbed. He's just going to make a melee attack for a 15 to hit.
A 15 will hit.
"I'm sorry, friend," he says in Goblin. and does 6 slashing damage to him.
Okay. The goblin is badly beaten, almost knocked off of the horse entirely, but it's still there.
And then with my movement, I'm gonna go stand next to Elias.
Okay.
Kendall, and that'll be my turn.
Nice.
Gotcha. And then next is Kendall.
Oh, sweet. I can't see. So the one is still up there on the cart, right? Next to Detheda?
That one's
That
dead.
one was slain.
Oh, I'm sorry. And the one on the heart of the horse is also slain.
No, the
bloodied.
one on the horse is bloodied. Has the bloodied marker.
Oh, that's the bloody marker. All right, my apologies. Okay. I will step out so that I can see. Come on. Yes. Okay. And I'm gonna shoot this one here with a ray of frost. The one behind the bushes. The one that shot at me with his bow.
Okay.
Ah. Oh, gross. That is
7
useless.
won't do it. Okay.
No problem. Yeah. And then, now that having seen that, I will just back off. I moved 5. I'll just move over here. Sorry, guys. So far, so useless.
Kendall, you fire off some more magic and move in front of the cart, in front of the horses, and just in front of you, the goblin saws through the reins of this horse and kicks its flanks, and the goblin begins to ride away swiftly with the horse, trying to steer it around the mule cart. And I will get a horse mini in a moment, and I'm going
Nice.
to move this creature.
Does this movement provoke attack of opportunities?
This would provoke an attack of opportunity from Kendall at disadvantage.
Cool. Can I hit him with my kukri? Got like a dagger. Try.
Are you already wielding it?
No.
Okay, you would need to use something that you're already wielding because you don't have any free actions to take anything out. You can make a basic melee or something like that as well.
I mean, that goblin's
No, I
bloodied.
would. That wouldn't be in my character to do that.
Okay, it'd be quite dangerous with that large horse too. So okay.
Yeah, I probably almost just step out of the way for the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And I'm sorry, does that provoke from Brutus?
Not on reaction attacks, no. If I was 1 square foot closer, I would have.
Okay. The goblin in the woods that had fired its short bow moves swiftly through the woods up the hill.
Oh, nice.
And it kind of disappears around a large bluff. The magic caster of the group calls himself Books so far. Looks very concerned. Also watches keenly as the horse runs along the cliffside, and this goblin turns to run the opposite direction. And next is No Nox.
I'm going to aim my crossbow at the goblin on the horse. And, yeah, he's running with a horse, so I'm going to take a shot at him.
Okay, please do. Hiya!
I'm assuming that
There you
one.
go.
The goblin explodes.
Good time.
Oh man. So I have not set up my attacks to do max damage on crits. so
That's okay.
I don't know how.
This crossbow bolt just pierces into the back of the goblin, straight into its spine. It goes rigid and then falls off of the horse, slain outright. The horse continues running. The goblin's kind of caught within its reins for a moment or two before it is pulled free, and it really startles the horse, who continues running down the path.
And I'm gonna try running after it for a bit.
Okay.
So I'll use my full movement to run 30 feet.
Okay. After No Knocks is Elias.
All right. So, okay, so those guys are dead, and Books ran off, and the other one took off up north somewhere. We didn't really see where he went.
Yeah, he disappeared into the trees behind the bluff.
All right. Does it look like No Knox is going to be able to catch the horse when he takes off, or is that kind of futile?
No Knox is suddenly right upside next to the horse as the goblin is taken off, keeping good pace so far, but the horse will obviously be able to outrun him.
Okay. So then I would like to propose a minor shenanigan, and you can tell me if I can do it or not. I have Fey Step, which basically gives me a Misty Step. It is basically what it is. It's a bonus action 30-foot teleport. I am 30 feet away from where the horse is now. Can I start running and teleport onto its back?
You can, and I will request a dexterity check,
That's fair.
To be mounted on the horse.
Yeah, I can. So in other words, I can get onto the back. It's a question of whether or not I can stay there.
Indeed.
That's fair. Let's go with it was almost good. A 6.
The horse is running wild and bucks you off. It seems to arch its back. Will that be the final roll?
Yeah, I guess I don't have any. I mean, I've got guidance, but it's too late for that.
Sure. And you're right next to the horse, just thrown over its front shoulder. You land hard on the ground next to No Knox.
Okay.
Are you alright?
Yep. Oh, it's alright. Oh. He just gets up. He's just all like, oh. I tell you, it's not the first time I've fallen off a horse. It's alright.
That was your bonus action?
Yeah, but I'm not taking any actions after that.
After Elias is Brutus.
Oh, this is not great. Brutus is going to move. Yeah, he doesn't see anybody around. The other guy crawled up the hill and figures it's just a lost cause at this point, so he's just going to action dash to get next to these two dwarves behind him. And he's just going to still be at the ready in case anything jumps out at him, but he assumes the fight's over.
Okay. And there are no more visible threats. You just see the bear skin that Books wears disappear into the trees well down the path. The other goblin doesn't show itself again. However, the horse continues to run swiftly down the path away from the cart. And Kendall, you are up.
Oh.
Yes, this does bring us to Kendall.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just thinking about... I could slow it down. Potentially.
I might be able to stop it in the next round.
I'm gonna just defer. I think my friend Elias would not appreciate my attempts at slowing down this particular beast. I will watch. I want to keep an eye on this direction where the sorry, I have my pointer. In this direction where that other goblin kind of buggered off. I might just kind of move myself to about here, and then just I'm gonna hold a ray of frost if he comes out in my line of sight.
And this horse, swift now with no rider, takes off and continues running up the trail, disappearing from the sight of our battle map here. It is more than 100 feet away suddenly as you move to chase it. And we are going to break from initiative at that point. You guys can act as you please now.
If it was only 100 feet away, I might have one last thing that I could try to catch it with if I would have the opportunity to do so.
You would.
Okay. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna use my full movement to catch up as much as I can, and then just ahead of the horse, I'm going to cast Entangle. So it'll cause difficult terrain, so it'll at least slow it down, but the horse also has to succeed on a strength save or be restrained.
Very good. Would anybody else like to take any measures at capturing the horse? We'll get to other issues after that's resolved.
I went back to check on the dwarves that were asleep.
Okay.
I do.
Sorry.
Sorry. So if it's within 100 feet of me, I can use Adrenaline Rush to use a dash action as a bonus action and close that up. And then I wanted to see if I could use a performance check of some sort to maybe play like the calming song.
How far will your movement get you?
60 feet with my bonus action.
Okay, and then make a performance check for me, please.
All right.
The horse is in a frenzy at this point. But the sound of Nonox's song does seem to soothe it, at least momentarily. Of course, horses might have appreciation for music if they're raised by somebody who also has that appreciation. Nonox, what does your song or performance sound or look like?
I feel like it's a very melancholic song. So it's with a viol, so like a violin, and it's just a very sad, melancholic song. Very slow paced, slower.
Okay. And I'm going to roll a strength check. I was going to have it at advantage because of the frenzied state of the horse, but it'll just be a straight roll now from the horse, a strength check to try to break through the entanglement.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay. It's a 17. And so it is slowed, momentarily, but it just tramples through the roots and upshoots and whatnot, and continues running away into the distance.
We tried.
Yeah, well, I mean, when they want to be free, you can't keep them.
Horses got a horse, guys. Sometimes.
Well, better head back. I want to go back and check in on Detheda.
Sure.
Detheda, honey, you all right? I had goblin all over you, girl. You okay?
I'm all right. Just a little dirty now from those creatures. One got me all greasy.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Can I prestidigitation her?
Absolutely, yes.
So my prestidigitation, it almost looks like soap bubbles just like appearing and then just disappear.
Awesome.
As he's doing that, Elias is digging in his pouch like, now I've got like a bomb or something that you could help with that. Will you? All right. Well, never mind. I guess you don't need that no more. They hurt you at all? You need any healing or anything?
I'm all right, darling. Thank you.
All right.
Did you
Hey,
get
Ken.
the horse?
No, horse got away. Hey, Ken, did you? They were shooting at you. Did you get hit at all? You all right?
No, they couldn't. They couldn't hit the barn and the barn door in the ass with a. No, they couldn't hit me.
All right. You keep workshopping that one. Let me know when I get it ready. Well, so long story short, we are down a horse now.
I told you, the cart never survives.
Now the cart survived. The horse, on the other hand, might. Well, he might. We'll see. I'm assuming that this here organ is a bit too heavy for just the one horse to pull, huh?
Well, we'd need to hitch the mule or find that horse. I suppose if we head after, we might eventually catch it anyways. But
The
It
horse
might just
is
be.
gone.
It might just be up the road. It might just be up the road if we.
it might be goblin dinner by then, but
Be goblin dinner by then.
I'll defer to you.
Let us just hitch the
Well,
mule.
seems like right now, at least the trail just sort of heads in this specific direction. So let's just head that way. Let's see what we find down there, and
Ditch the mule then.
yeah, we'll have to hitch up the mule, and
I guess
We'll
we'll
move
walk
the-
from this point.
yeah, we'll put the cart off to the side. We'll hitch up the mule, and then if we find the horse not too far up, then we'll come back and get the cart.
The goblin in the bear suit, Ben. Did he leave a trail? Like, is there tracks that he's left behind as he's buggered off the way we came from, right?
You can make a perception check.
I'm really good at those.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna wake up the dwarves that fell asleep.
Okay.
I'm gonna shake them awake.
They're grateful.
What is my dice just keeps rolling? Hey, I can roll
19.
perception checks. All right, not
You
bad.
do see, you're able to see where books disappeared into the trees. So you definitely know that much.
I'd like to particularly take note of just the shape of his particular tracks. Just in, I mean, we're probably not going to follow him. He's gone that way. We're going the other way. But I would like to take a moment to get a good mental image of his particular, the trail that he leaves.
Kendall, as you're searching this trail, you're no tracker.
No.
But, some of these prints are very fresh. It's very moist here. There's the, very spongy earth as well. And it looks like tracks kind of going back and forth in the area. A lot of travel has happened here. And actually, as you are following the tracks, you notice a bit of dirt and fresh dirt beneath a root of a tree. The roots kind of, sticking up and arching, and this dirt and some clumpings of grass have been, it seems, kind of pulled up and shoved here as if to bury or mask or hide something.
Oh. Could I do interesting? Can I do an investigation and see if I can kind of figure out what's in there, or do you need me to?
You can, yes.
Yeah, let's do that. Nice. Come on. On dice. Holy. All right.
Sure. And it looks like this dirt and rubbish has kind of been hastily put here. You push it to the side, and then behind a large rock within, you move the rock to find a piece of cloth wrapped around a package of sorts, and it's a cloak. And as you unfurl this cloak, you see a coin purse inside, a dagger, but something takes your eye. On the cloak is still a clasp. It's as though the cloak was taken off hastily, and the clasp on the robe is that of an open book, the symbol of Ravensworth Library, or the school at Ravensworth Library. Such a trinket or brooch would only be had by a student or teacher, somebody who is officially aligned with the school.
Wow. Is it small size? Do I recognize this particular, or is it more?
As you hold it to your shoulders, it is much too small for you. Probably made for a gnome or halfling.
Yeah. Oh no way, eh? And you mentioned there's a dagger and some coins. Anything else?
That is all that's wrapped in this cloak. It looks like things that were just, hastily hidden, perhaps as this person themselves was ambushed or attacked by the goblins.
Interesting. Okay. That little jerk, eh? Are there any? So I can tell the goblin tracks. Are there different tracks that don't match up with the goblins' tracks in this area?
That would be beyond your abilities or knowledge.
Fair enough.
However, you do journey
there's
with
people that
someone
do
who
that.
might know.
Yeah. Hey, Elias, check this shit out. Pardon me. Check this out. Sorry, I get excited sometimes. And I'll bring him up to speed on what I just uncovered. I'll stuff the dagger and the school cloak into my backpack, Ben.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Let me
check this out. There's I found this. But I'm trying to see. There's this guy that I've been looking for. I'm wondering if you can try and trap her. If there's I can see these tracks, and I'll kind of show Elias what I've been looking at. I can tell that's the bear guy, I think, and I think these other ones are. I don't know. That's the extent of my. I'm wondering if he's around here somewhere. It looks like maybe our friend is, ran into the same fate that we did with less fortune. Kind of have to check all that.
Yeah, it's a little possible, I suppose. Seems like well, let's take a look at these here footprints. See what we can figure out.
Elias, will you make a survival check, please?
Yes. Survival. Come on. Hey, 26.
Hey!
Crit.
Oh, this is great. Look at you.
You see in the area many footprints and small, bits of wreckage that you now can see, within the brush. This is a point of frequent ambush, no doubt. But more interesting to you, you see prints that match those of Hookwit, who you were able to track to Confluence. You see the very same pointed gnome shoes with the lifted heels. The heels just digging, 4 inches into the mud here. Nice. At some point, they must have been kicked aside or taken, because then you see just dragging, as though someone being dragged backwards, their heels pulling the dirt.
I almost wonder if these goblins got him.
I gotta tell you, it kind of looks like they did.
And they called this goblin. They called him Books, right? And
yeah, you see these here little marks on the ground like this, where the tracks drop off. Yeah, it looks like he got knocked out and dragged out.
Gosh, my calculations kind of say that maybe they got him before we could. Maybe they have our book. If I find the book, I don't really care about the gnome. He's, to his own fate.
Yeah, well, I don't want to leave him to a bunch of goblins, neither, though.
No, that's true.
The problem, though, Kendall, is that we've
already got a job to do.
We promised our services over here, and it seems like they're on a bit of a tight time scale. I don't know if we can just scamper off to do something else, but we could make note of this space, come back, maybe hopefully the trail doesn't go too dark. Honestly, if he did have the book on him and a bunch of goblins picked him up, they're not going to care about that. They're probably going to just throw the book away.
Yeah. Let's put a pin in it and
It just seems like, I mean, well, maybe we could. Real quick question, DM. How far away are we? How far into the journey are we at this point?
Half a day's journey or so.
Yeah, just left. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, Detheda, she's got a specific spot she wants to stop to camp.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. Eh? Maybe they want to camp here. We need to fix that. We need to fix that.
Yeah.
Wagon, anyways, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll tell you. How about this? Yeah, come on back. Come on.
All right, let's go have a chat. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, gang, we need to get these wagons sorted out and get the mule hooked up and everything. And while we're doing that, Kendall and I might have some other tie-ins with that there goblin fellow with the bear
thing. Yeah.
Hat. So we thought we might see if he was anywhere in this immediate vicinity still, so that we could have a little dialogue with him. So anyone who's not actively helping with the replacement of the animals and the re-establishing of the cart, who might wish to tag along with us while we deal with this real quick, would be appreciated. We know we're on a tight schedule, and we do not intend to go too far or to stay gone for too long.
To split up with so many goblins in the woods, Detheda says.
Well, again, as I said, we don't intend to go too far or leave you completely alone.
Yeah, even if we can just find, even if we could just find where they might be,
it
we
wouldn't
can
be
come
wise.
back.
Go ahead, no. Sorry.
You said we were going to stop at a nearby town, right?
Yes, you will be going to Riverside, stopping at an outpost at the ATK halfway there.
Do I know how far we are from that?
So essentially, you have made it halfway to the outpost. So half of your day's journey is pretty much completed. And then the remaining half of the day would be spent trying to get to the outpost. And then another day from there to Riverside.
Okay. So I turn to our companions.
Yeah.
10 minutes. Search the surroundings. That's how long it'll take us to rearrange the horses.
That, I think, will be more than enough time.
Yeah.
We'll be back in 8.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that if we do come back later, the trail might be gone. If we can at least, maybe we can follow a little bit and figure out where they might be holding up. We could come back.
We don't want to be attacked while we're rearranging the horses, regardless.
Oh, for sure.
Dozat, you go with them.
Yeah, we'll stay within shouting distance. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
All right then. I'm gonna turn to Elias and look you in the eyes and just say, like, I'm trusting you. Don't let me down. And I'm giving you inspiration, bardic inspiration. So for the next 10 minutes, you can add a d6 die to any ability check, saving throw, or attack.
Good, and I'm trusting you. We'll take good care of that mule over there. Now, don't hurt him none, all right? And I'll give you guidance.
I'm gonna need it. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna work with Brutus to try to move the mule over to the cart.
And will you please stash the card? Maybe we can send somebody back for it.
My card.
Yeah, just pull it off between some of these trees and throw some branches and stuff on it. All right, we'll be right back.
No. Kendall and Elias, you return to the site where books disappeared to have a look around. Elias, will you make for me another survival check as you search the area?
Yes,
You're
sir.
able to, follow his. Oh, I apologize. Researching for books or for hookwit? Traces of books or hookwit?
He found like a drag, like his heel, almost like he was being dragged, right? You found.
Yes, that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's almost like I feel like it's one and the same almost.
Yeah. Looking for one, we'll probably find the other, but whatever's got the best trail, honestly.
That's true too.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you notice that the ridge kind of parts
up through the tree line here, and I won't have you move your own tokens, please, but essentially, you're kind of walking up this steep hillside, trees on either side, trying to follow this track, of Hookwick. Elias, you don't have much luck with this. It seems up the steep incline you lose the trail in some rocks in a very rocky area. However, what comes to mind is that you saw rubbish and rubble from other wrecks, in the bushes down at the base of this hillside. And I would have you please make a perception check in that general area.
I perceive everything. That's a 26. Natural 20 again.
Look at you.
So following the tracks up the hill didn't lend any kind of information to your cause. However, when you kind of reinvestigate what you've already discovered, you see what looks like just freshly broken wood, kind of piled, discarded onto the side of the path, and underneath you see a body lying still, motionless, and this is a dwarf.
Oh, Ken.
Yeah,
over here.
We got to.
Yeah, let's check it out. Let's check it. And I'll start.
Here. You watch for. I'll see if I can get him out. You just keep an eye around. You seem to have a better eye than I do for sure. And I'll see if I can get the body out from under the rubble, Ben.
Okay. Elias, will you make for me a perception check, please?
Mm-hmm. 18.
Holy crap.
And Kendall, will you please make an investigation check for me?
Nice, yeah, totally. I clicked it twice by accident, sorry.
That's fine. You're looking for an easy way to unbury this, what turns out to be dwarven remains, and there's no life in this dwarf any longer.
Right.
The dwarf, most of the dwarf's weapons, armors, and clothing have been taken. However, underneath his skivvies there is a flattened scroll or piece of parchment.
Okay. I won't. Should we take him with us, Elias, or?
I don't think we need to take him with us. We already down a cot. We don't have that kind of room, but maybe we could.
Yeah.
We don't really have time to do a proper burial either. I'll tell you, I'll just kind of kneel down next to the corpse and just sort of say a quick prayer to the Earth Mother, and let her know that she's got a wayward traveler on his way, might need some guidance, and just like, unfortunately, that's gonna have to be enough for now. He's gonna be returned back to the elements a little bit quicker than he would in the dirt, but we don't really have the time.
That's fair. Maybe I'll try and I'll take the piece of parchment, Ben, and just kind of tuck it inside my inside pocket of my jacket for the time being. Maybe we can try and just cover him back up so the wrong things don't get and have their way with it. Kind of. I'll try and put him back the way he was.
Okay.
I feel like we've found as much as we can in this.
Yeah. We need to get back before they end up waiting on us.
Appreciate you helping me this far. Okay.
Kendall, as you move to kind of respectfully put this dwarf back to its resting place, Elias, you see a movement in the trees, perhaps something revealing itself or betraying its position. Will you make a perception check, please, with advantage?
Yep. As I'm looking and making this perception check, I'm going to sort of nudge Kendall. Wait, whoa, hang on. It's a 25 on the perception.
Oh crap!
Whoa!
Nicely done.
And you see on the cliffside directly ahead of you, a flash of steel and the glint of eyes as there is somebody trying to snipe you with a crossbow. You can act quickly, but this assassin or crossbow user is already moved into a position ready to fire.
Okay. I'm gonna.
You said he's on
quickly,
the edge of the cliff, Ben?
Elias has spotted him straight ahead on this cliff ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab Kendall and just be like, say, "Gods, get down!" and then pull him just to the side, in between those trees right next to us, and just kind of pull him into cover before this whoever that is can fire.
Okay. And you do so and lay there a moment, and no bolt comes, nothing is fired. You don't hear the release of a weapon either.
Do you want to go back?
Yeah, but I think we need to.
I'll cover our track. I'll cover our back. We can
stay off the trail. Yeah.
I pull my book up, Ben, and flip pages, and immediately kind of start reciting a spell out of my spell book, and then I kind of pull out of the book and like let go, and a cloud of misty fog kind of appears to in this this area over here, kind of covering basically the line of sight between us and where this character was. Okay. It's a fog cloud. I put it in the chat.
Very good.
Why does it make me keeps making me bring it up there it goes.
Okay.
It's a 20-foot radius sphere, so that's like a 40.
Under cover of this fog, you return to the carts. I have that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Does that sound good to you, Elias? Yeah.
Yes.
I won't put it up on the map, but you get the idea.
Yes. And you return to the carts, and there is your party. The mule nearly hitched, and they're stashing the cart in the underbrush. Dozat was with you guys as well, just kind of following your lead, staying quiet and beside you.
Oh, I grabbed him too when we dove. We just left him out. He just
once
got
we get
shot.
back, I'll read the piece of parchment I found from inside that dwarf had.
Okay, this parchment looks to be orders from the ATK. Similar to the orders that you signed, in accordance with Kevin, with Commander Hawkins. And the orders simply say, retrieve Detheda from Confluence, escort to Riverside.
Awesome. Okay.
And do you share this information?
Absolutely, yeah. I'll relay it with the group, yeah, for sure. And Detheda, for that matter.
Where did you find this? That is... Oh my.
Elias and I can just kind of relay what we found
sure.
off the path.
And you said that there's a creature watching from up there. This is my cousin.
Yeah, something.
My cousin was sent.
Oh. I'm so sorry,
Dad. We must put him
No.
on the cart with us.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
All right. But listen now, whoever's coming back up here to help retrieve them, just stay off the path because they got a beeline shot and they're watching us.
Well, somebody strong and quick then, please.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll
that cloud of fog will last an hour.
Do you know the general
assuming
direction?
Assuming there's not a
take a
really strong wind will blow it out, but otherwise, like it'll.
Well, hurry just in case before they make their way around it.
Seems like something I'm suited for.
Yeah.
And Brutus is going to.
We will go. You will stay and protect her.
Me?
No, me and you, Brutus. I'll
Oh,
join you.
oh, our turn. Okay. We kill this thing.
Okay. Yeah. We can give you an idea of, Yeah.
Sure.
Uh,
Give them the point. It's just up the hill. No more than 30 feet away. It's just becomes quickly dense with brush and trees. But yes, so you go to retrieve Detheda's cousin, and as you are pulling the body free from the wood, you hear the sound of a galloping beast or a running beast coming from the northeast of you, coming from uphill, running downhill towards you. You hear heavy breathing echoing off of the rocks at your side, and there is no doubt a large beast in the woods just near you, running.
Does it sound like a horse?
It might be the horse. It does sound large like that.
All right, I'm gonna try to whistle.
Brutus is going to climb in a tree and hide. And just kind of wait in the tree with his halberd out, ready to jump down if it's something aggressive.
Okay, Brutus, make a stealth check, please.
You still have.
We are sneaky.
You still have bardic inspiration.
I'm gonna burn it.
All right.
We're gonna do a d6.
It's reaching the end of it anyways, so there you go.
Nice.
Brutus, you climb swiftly into a tree and disappear amidst its canopy. No Nox, you stand and whistle to hail the horse that you think it might be running through the underbrush, and then quickly you see a goblin head bobbing up and down, moving quickly, and the massive body of a warg, vicious, wolfish abomination. And it is running through the trees, headed for you. The head of the goblin and the head of the warg turn when you whistle, and they're keyed in on you. I'm going to move you a little bit here to reflect where you might be. And I will place the creatures. Will everybody please roll initiative? And
go again.
Kendall and Elias, roll initiative with disadvantage, please.
I wish I got good initiative rolls.
I rolled the same thing.
Twice. Alright, didn't roll twice. Rolling again.
Oh, I'm sorry. So just slightly before this, I meant to do some bookkeeping. As far as about an hour has transpired since you've initially driven off the goblins, checking the area, repairing the cart, making sure everybody's okay. And so I would have had a short rest pass during that time.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that would be essentially, after Elias and Kendall return to the cart and are, reading the parchment. Around that time should have been a short rest, in my opinion. So. Awesome.
My disadvantage is at 21.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I rolled a nat 20 and then I rolled less as good.
Hey, Ben.
Yes.
Do you mind us taking a break? I need to use restroom.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll take a short rest here. About 10 minutes, and then we'll be back.
I short rest. I'm going to use my arcane recovery to get it. That way, one spell slot back then.
Go ahead, guys.
BRB.
Reynold is an above-average height dwarf who worked in a small village as a blacksmith and was very friendly with his neighbors, making friends with whoever he could find. Despite having a simple and fulfilling life, he still felt a bit empty, like something was missing, until one day, out in a nearby forest, he spotted a baby orc, scavenging off of a wolf's corpse, trying to find something to eat. Reynold knew what he had to do and took this abandoned baby into his home and fed him, giving him shelter and clothing him. After an extended period of time, with no one seemingly coming after this child, Reynold adopted him and gave him a new name, Dismas Hook. Reynold spent all of his time with Dismas, teaching him his trade and learning the Orcish language and having a wonderful time, but not all was well. The other villagers that Reynold had known and befriended turned their backs on him and looked at the two of them with disgust. This family of two were treated as a disease, being mocked and insulted, refused service, or met with great resistance in day-to-day life, making Dismas's early life anything but normal. Once Dismas had grown and up and matured a bit, Reynold took him on a supply run to a nearby town to get away from all of the hostilities. But once on the outskirts of the village, they were ambushed by the more radical members of the community and battle occurred. The aftermath of this battle was bloody, and there were many casualties on both sides. The only one that lived that day was the once again lonely blacksmith. With an unmarked grave and a pack full of gear and memoirs, Reynold left behind his vile village and struck out in an attempt to find a reason in all the madness and hate that encountered him.
just rolling initiative as a warg with a goblin rider, came rushing through the underbrush, and you haven't seen sight of the sniper or the crossbow user that you noticed beforehand. I'm sorry, it's very hard to draw an actual circle for some reason, so this was close enough.
It is. So you're so right.
Kendall, I have you at 21, and yeah, okay. You can go ahead and act first, please.
Shoot, it's the one time I actually don't want to go first. I want to wait and see where this thing is.
We do have a house rule where you can delay your initiative. You don't have to ready in action. So if you want to delay your initiative to later, then you can reinsert yourself after anybody else's turn.
Okay.
It's a holdover from 4th edition.
Okay. I'll just crap. Oh wait, I'll just hold. I'll just defer until next round. Cuz
you still get your turn. You just would act like after another player, and then your initiative spot is moved.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Okay. Can I just wait until I see this what's causing this sort of stampede sound come into view? And act after it?
You can ready an action that way, or you can designate which player's turn you would like to act after.
Okay. Who's last in our team right now?
Me. Oh wait, no Nox.
I'll wait and act after Elias. There, let's do that.
After Elias, sure.
Yeah.
And Elias, that does bring us to you.
Shoot. Sorry.
Chris,
thanks for the break too, Joel. There's plenty of time to eat an enchilada. Yeah, I'm sorry, Elias. That brings us to you. Kendall's going to delay his turn till after you.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. I can't really see this guy from down where I'm at, though, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, fair enough. You guys might not even. You guys don't really know what's happening yet.
I can use my movement to get up to there.
Sure.
Because I imagine I hear the
no-Nox whistle.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll go there to see what's happening and end up in this guy's face. And with that, I will. I don't really have a whole lot of melee spell type stuff. So you know what? I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna whack him in the head with my quarterstaff.
You're hitting no-Nox?
No, not no-Nox.
I think you're confused. That's no-Nox and Brutus there. Is
that Brutus? Oh,
yeah. Yeah, we don't have any bad guys yet.
My supposed traveling companion walks up to my friend and hits him over the head.
Yeah, I'm already sick of y'all, so I'm gonna take it out now. Okay, I'll just come up there then, and I'll see them sort of at attention, like something's going on, and
I'm in a tree.
React accordingly. Pull a shield out, and be like, what seems to be happening here, fellas? Why are you in a tree?
I like hiding.
All right.
No-Nox, do you respond to Elias? You can say a sentence or two on his turn.
Goblin! And I'm just gonna point.
Okay. Then after Elias is Kendall.
All right. With that actually helps me. That gives me a little bit of information. So Kendall again starts weaving some magic. This time he's not using his spellbook. He doesn't need to use the book for this one. He and then kind of like almost like pulling the magic out of his hands, and he throws it kind of in front of where no-Nox is, and a big greasy glob of goo is going to fill a 10-foot square space in the region just ahead of where no-Nox is there. Can I drink a will let me do a... Yeah. Should I draw like a square, Ben? With a... Can I paint a square there? Maybe that's... Is that the...
Go ahead, please.
All right, where
What spell is this?
There's draw. Come on. This is Greece.
Oh, thank you.
I should... I'm sorry. I'm getting bad.
That's okay, my friend.
I'll get better at this.
Thank you.
No problem. And I'll draw a square of where that should be.
Okay.
Basically gonna fill kind of. Come on.
So
There it is.
I don't know if
There's also the obscuring fog there above the
Yeah.
grass. Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Will that be all from Kendall?
That'll be all for me. Yeah. I might move ahead a hair, just a little bit. Sorry, the tools kind of moved. I might just move myself to like here.
Okay. And then next is Brutus.
Brutus is going to prepare an action. He's going to ready an action to jump down from the tree and smack something if he's going to prepare an action to smack whatever is running through the woods if it gets within range of him.
Okay.
And of course, if you can see it or can hear where it's at, try to knock it out and not kill it. So he's getting his halberd ready, and he's getting real really back in his roots, hiding up in a tree, ready to jump down on something running past him. He feels at home a little bit. It's like, I like hiding in trees.
And next is No Nox.
Ben, seeing that there's a spellcaster in front of me, I want to go around it and try to use this fog to obscure myself and fall into stealth.
Nice.
Okay.
So I would want to come this way, and then maybe up here somewhere.
Okay, and you move them into the obscured fog. Make a perception check for me, please, to see how effectively you can end up in the position that you desire.
Perception or stealth?
Perception, please.
Okay.
You are moving into a heavily obscured cloud of fog, of magical fog.
Okay.
Okay, you can get to the location you want. You kind of, smack into the tree, and there you are.
Okay, and can I try to stealth in this area?
Yes, you can make a stealth check.
Okay. Would I have advantage with the fog covering me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Okay.
Slightly better. I'll take it.
Hey, take it. Yeah, exactly.
And you see, I'm sorry, is that all from No Nox?
Yeah, that'll be my full action.
The warg comes galloping, running swiftly through the woods, and upon its back, a goblin clutching the fur of its mane and holding a dagger, twirling it deftly in the other hand. The creature rushes past you, Brutus, and this will trigger your readied action.
Does it slip on the grease as well?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Dex saving throw, DC 14.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
I'd love to jump down at the thing when it's prone.
Yeah, you would.
Asking you shall receive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and the warg just slips, and its momentum, carries it, and it continues sliding. The goblin falls off of its back. Warg smashes into a tree. You can make your attack against the warg.
Ugh. Yeah. That is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
8 points of non-lethal damage. I have a racial feature here called surprise attack, but it doesn't work. I have to hit them before they take their turn in initiative, and this is a reaction.
Okay.
So it doesn't apply here, but I do just fall out of my tree and just absolutely smack the hell out of its head with the blunt end of my halberd.
You're falling as you do so?
Yes, I'm jumping out of my tree. Ugh.
You're going to take 4 fall damage as you smash into the ground.
Hello.
Okay, next is... excuse me, sorry. That is quite frustrating to the sniper, that fog cloud. And Nonox, you hear movement through the brush right next to you as this creature, a bugbear, looks somewhat like Brutus, maybe not as handsome, is stalking up, kneeling, trying to get a line of sight on your allies here. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up this resource.
Alright.
Nonox, do you say anything, or do you keep silent?
Okay. I think I'm gonna keep quiet because I'm in a bad position where I'm very close to like 3 enemies.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to maintain my stealth.
And you see the large crossbow strapped to this the waistband of this bugbear walking up, and it has a javelin that it deftly lifts and quickly throws at Elias.
Not
With
at
a 9
me.
to hit.
Nope.
Okay.
Don't sound so disappointed about it, by the way, Ben.
I am.
It's just a 9.
The goblin picks itself up off the ground, trying to, regain its defenses. And next is Elias.
Alright. Where am I at? I'm right there. We are going to go with... Alright, so Elias sees this, big thing in front of him and everything, and kind of freaks out a little bit, and then he remembers in his pocket he still got a couple of those stones from earlier. So he pulls one out and just sort of does a real quick shovel pass sort of maneuver and to chuck it at that goblin right in front of him. Well, not right in front of him, but catty corner to him. For a 21 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. That's going to be for 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my my face step again and just bamf myself over here, hidden out of the way.
Okay. After Elias is Kendall. And the goblin here on the ground, takes a bad shot from Elias as it struggles to pick up its shield. It's wearing a chain shirt, and another dagger appears in its hand.
Can I see him? From my line of sight, I can see him. That means I can see him, I guess? Sorry.
Yes.
It's probably a dumb question. Cool.
No,
So, Kendall is kind of weaving some magic with his fingers, muttering some incantations, and then he puts his hand up towards his forehead and pulls out like what's little tiny, looks like spectral like splinters of wood, and like just flicks them towards this goblin. I'll get him to make a DC 14 intelligence save.
You said intelligence?
Yes, please.
That's one.
There you go. I will not roll damage.
Okay.
You saved.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to try and back out so that I am out of line of sight of that goblin.
Okay.
That's all for me. Sorry.
That's okay. After Kendall is Brutus.
I should not have jumped down. This warg, is it still prone?
Yes.
Brutus is just going to smack it on its head again with the end of his halberd, non-lethally.
All right.
Do not belong here, creature.
Oof. Oh.
A 9.
9 will miss.
Alright, and then we're gonna second wind. 'Cause I took some damage falling out of a tree.
Okay.
Fair.
After Brutus is no knocks.
Nicely rolled.
Nice. Do I have enough visual to cast a spell on anything, or is the
You're
obscure
standing on the edge of this cloud of fog, and I imagine that you can see out of it kind of in wisps as the fog moves slightly. You can easily see the bugbear just next to you, although it hasn't noticed you yet. And you do see the goblin as it tumbles off of the ward.
Okay. I'm gonna risk it. Yeah. I want to see if I can cast. No, I'm going to cast Sleep, targeting only the bugbear.
Okay.
So let me pull that up.
So you'll roll the dice to see how many hit points you can affect.
Correct. So at first level, it's 5d8.
Okay. And as you chant your magic, the bugbear next to you turns and locks eyes with you. Your magic has no effect.
Okay. So if I were to move from here, it would be attack of opportunity, correct?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay.
Yep. And I can't see any of my colleagues, correct?
Right. I would say it's too hard to see out of the fog from, and beyond. Through, like 10, 15 feet of the fog, yeah.
Okay, that's the end of my turn then.
Okay. The warg stands up, its mane bristling, and it turns to the bugbear that just fell out of the tree and tries to bite it.
Please do not.
9 to hit.
Will miss.
And the goblin holding daggers. I love the interface on Roll20 most of the time, but like certain screens won't. Like my dice roller won't come in front of my monster sheets, so it makes it a little challenging to juggle all of the. I have 3 screens.
All the
but
pop-ups.
Not quite enough.
Yeah.
Not enough. Hilarious.
So I'm sorry. So this goblin swiftly throws a dagger at you, Brutus.
It misses. It just slams in the tree next to me. I'm like, stop this, cousin. We do not need to do this. And I'm trying to talk him down in Goblin.
Okay. Quickly as it was thrown, another knife appears in his hand, and he throws it again. This is with disadvantage, so I'll roll twice. Keep the lowest. A 16 to hit.
Miss. Please. This does not need to be this way.
Silence.
Wretch.
And the bugbear that has been clued into your position, No Nox, turns quickly with his javelin and tries to stab it straight into you. For a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, and we're going to be taking average damage because we're at level 1, and that's what we decided to do for level 1. You're going to take 9 damage from the javelin as it stabs into you.
That drops me to 0.
And so No Nox falls unconscious. Next is Elias.
All right. Elias will come back out of the trees.
I am so sorry. That doesn't drop me to 0. That drops me to 2. I used my orc ability previously to dash. I'll post it.
Points.
Adrenaline Rush, which gives me 2 temp hit points because that's my bonus proficiency bonus.
Beautiful. Love it.
So I have 2 HP. I'm very bloodied.
Okay.
Love those temp HP, man. All right, well, cool then.
Yeah, and Elias, you saw the warg take the nasty spill and be attacked by Brutus, and then the one goblin with the knives here, of course.
Right next to him. Yeah. All right. So as I was tucked down into those trees, I pulled out my water skin, and as I am coming out, I'm gonna go kind of waterbender a little bit here, and I'm gonna just pour a cup, like a sort of a cup full of water into my hand and fling it. But as I fling it, there's like a burst of magical energy, and that water freezes, and I'm gonna cast Ice Knife to throw. I'm gonna target the warg for it, but then the explosion will catch the other ones.
Okay.
So it's a 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yeah. Oop, clicked the wrong thing. Sorry. I needed that too. All right. So the 4 piercing damage just goes to the warg, and then the 4 cold damage is where it explodes out. Everybody else, the 2 goblins need to make dex saves, and if they fail, they take the cold damage.
I don't suspect the 6 will do it from the goblin with daggers.
It shan't.
Not for the bugbear. A 12.
The 12 will also fail. Oh, and the warg itself has to make it too, because they could take the cold damage also.
Oh, okay. I thought it. Gotcha.
Yeah, it hits the warg, but then with the explosion, it's the target and everyone else around it has to. Yes, those all fail.
Okay. Nice.
That's some bad rolls too. A 4 and a D10 and a 4 and 2D6.
Yeah, it's not great, but
not a bad damage output though overall.
Yeah.
As ice kind of splinters into all of the enemies here.
Yep, and I'll just kind of shift over. Yeah, I'm just gonna shift over to that side there, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. And next is Kendall.
I'm going to, it's almost like you read my mind, Elias. As if you knew that I wanted to be able to get into this space right here.
Sorry.
No, it's like you read my mind. It's good.
Oh, I thought you meant you wanted. Okay.
No, you did perfect.
The warg is bloodied.
Kendall gets up there and I flip through my book and immediately starts waggling his fingers and muttering some words, and then again pull from out of the book. I kind of pull like some energy and push it towards the goblin and the warg, casting a thunder wave. So I'll need a con save. It covers a 15-foot cube. So I believe I can get the goblin and the warg next to him.
Yes.
I'll bring the spell up here. Looks like the warg saves, so the warg will take half, and then the goblin as well gets the save. Come on.
A 12.
The spell card keeps popping up. Sorry. Okay, so the goblin will fail. Looks like. Taking 12 thunder damage.
Okay. Nice hit.
And then the warg will take half, so the warg will take 6. And the goblin is also pushed. Where did it go? Did the spell come up?
Your magic shoves the goblin
it didn't come up,
into the tree, and the goblin falls unconscious. Several daggers just drop from its hands.
Nice, okay. And then I will, I believe 10 feet of my movement, and I will kind of pull myself back over here next to Elias, keeping an eye on where that warg is.
Okay, and that's half damage on a...
That'll be my turn.
A successful save.
That's right, yeah. So the goblin took 12 and the warg takes 6.
The warg is badly injured here. Lucky for you guys, because things are getting quite dire with no knocks. Next is Brutus.
Brutus is just going to go ahead and going to yell at this warg, "Just go to sleep! Just go to sleep!" And this is going to just try and one last time jab it in the head. Maybe it'll actually go to sleep. It's prone still, or is it standing up?
It's standing now.
Okay. 22.
That will hit. And this is non-lethal damage, you intend.
Yes.
The warg slumps and falls unconscious.
And then Brutus is going to go within 10 feet of this bugbear, and is going to look at him and say, "Brother, this doesn't need to go bad for you." In Goblin. And he's going to end his turn there.
All right. I give up. Next is No Knocks.
Ow! That hurt.
And as the tides of battle turn swiftly, this bugbear, apprehensively is still holding a javelin, but raises both of its arms as if to, show you at least its weapons.
If it's my turn.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, No Knocks.
That hurt. That hurt quite a bit. I'm going to disengage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move as far away from him as I can. So.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Into
move
the
toward
cloud of fog.
I'll move toward my friends, away from the cloud.
Okay. He does not attack you as you retreat. He says, "Well met, respect earned," and begins to hurriedly turn and walk away, realizing his opportunity here.
No. Put your weapon down.
Hesitates. I'm sorry. What did you say, Brutus? I kind of missed that.
Brutus is gonna walk over and say, "Drop your javelin."
Okay, we'll remain in initiative at this point, so that will be a narrative. Next is Elias. He does not drop his javelin, though he does stop walking away.
Okay. But he's all that's left, right?
Yes, that's right. The warg has been knocked unconscious and the other goblin dispatched.
Okay. I'm just gonna wait and see what direction this goes. I will hold a I got another magic stone in my hand. I'm just gonna hold on to that, and I'll hold an attack with it if he turns and gets violent again.
Okay. And next.
But other than that, I'll just wait and see. I'm sorry. I was just saying. Other than that, I'm just gonna wait and see what happens.
Sounds good. Next is Kendall.
I can't actually see him on the map. So I'll move up a little bit just to see if that helps. I'm not sure if that's going to help me at all. He's kind of in this vicinity here somewhere, right?
That's right.
There?
Yeah.
Or is he here?
His general location.
Okay. I might just say I'm looking for a gnome. Have you seen a gnome? He's got a squeaky voice, silver hair, mustache.
Oh, I seen him. Yeah, I seen him. What's he to ya?
He honestly is not much to me. He has a book of mine that I would very much like back, which he stole.
Okay. Will that be all from Kendall?
Yeah.
Okay. Next is Brutus.
Brutus is going to move ahead of him. He's going to move directly in front of him and is going to say, "I know it is in our nature to fight. I understand. Are you doing these raids out of need or greed?"
We'll break from said initiative at this point with the readied action still readied, circumstances still the same. He says, the Queen of Rain pays good coin.
Me being a bugbear, would I have any idea what he's talking about?
Most people in the region have heard of Lady Rain, the Queen of Rain, Lady Jude Harrows, who is a very powerful elf who wishes to control the region.
Does she pay you for ambushing travelers?
Pays us to take some.
Kidnapping.
Escorting. Escort them to the hole.
Well,
if anybody else wishes to interject in the conversation, that is also okay. Go ahead, Brutus.
What is this hole? Like pit you just throw them down and what, they starve?
No. It's a game for Lady Rain and her friends. like cockfights.
Oh.
Kind of, but they have to work together, maybe, and escape. Or cutthroats, kill each other to get out. The game is different every time. It is fun to watch.
Some crazy people game then. I see.
It doesn't concern me. She pays well for each one I drag and throw into the hole. This one, the puny I worked for.
Puny?
Daggers.
Oh, that guy. Well,
I can go then.
Perhaps let my allies question you, and then we'll see. It is looking good in your favor, though, from my view.
If they offend me, I may crush them.
You will most likely die.
Do you need him? I talked to Kendall.
No, I don't really need him. He's honestly, I have no quarrel with him. But I would like to find.
Not gonna lie, I'm not exactly fond of the man.
Fair. I mean, we've stepped into their territory, so.
Your gnome, I can tell you where they bring him.
Oh, that would be
I'll
wonderful.
show you. In the dirt.
Okay.
You let me live, okay? He looks to each of you.
Yes, you live. You can live. Yeah.
I don't know.
Looks carefully at No Knox.
I don't know if I trust him, but can I roll a persuasion check and maybe throw like 10 gold his way to try to get a little bit more of an honest answer from him?
Yes,
about what we
please do. You
expect?
can do so with advantage. Make your check
Awesome.
with advantage, please.
You know what? My life is worth more than 10 gold.
Wow.
And you throw 10 gold his way? So to
Yeah.
speak. Pays good as Lady Rain. What is your name?
Well, you can just call me friend.
Friend, I draw you a great map. You are stout. You took one of my best blows and stood. And the bugbear kneels and draws, a long line for the trail that you've been traveling, and then a line for the kind of game trail that you have been searching for clues upon. And he shows that the trail leads north. 2 miles, then the pit, the hole, and an ogre sleeping, a dumb one.
Well, thank you, friend.
Do you want this one? He points to Daggers.
We'll take him.
You will kill him, okay?
Most likely.
It will be easier for me if you kill.
Oh yeah.
Alright. I suggest you stop with this kidnapping business. This lady you just attacked is a part of a large army and has many friends in high places. It will most likely go bad.
Lady Rain in the highest place.
True.
But you can pay me, and I join you.
Maybe. Depends on the lady you just attacked. It's up to her. It's probably going to be a no.
Brutus, come over here.
Yes. Alright, give 1 second.
Fuck no.
No? We don't want this.
I'll take a good few seconds, Ben, and try and commit that the image that he draws in the ground to memory. The mapping and the instructions that he's giving us.
Sure, he shows you several landmarks, like perhaps a particularly lone peak
a river, and make an intelligence check, please, to try to commit this memory quickly.
Oh shoot! I rolled with advantage by accident. Just take whichever. 22.
Sure, and you actually just quickly pull out that piece of parchment that you found earlier, and are able to kind of make a pretty good replication of what this creature has told you. Then I leave. Okay. Good deals.
And of course, you never saw us, right?
Right. Saw nothing.
What?
But you kills this one. He points at Daggers as he backs away and takes his leave.
You have a name, friend? As he starts walking.
Call me friend. He chuckles to himself at copying No Nox's joke.
All right.
I have a copyright.
Well, let's get back to it. And Brutus is just going to drag Daggers with him and looks at Elias. You there, Elias. You're good with animals, I presume. You're the only other person here I would trust with that type of thing. Because No Nox over here can't calm a beast for the life of him. This warg is hurt. Maybe you fix it up and put it on its way.
Yeah, I'll take a look at him.
Right. I'm gonna go to Detheda and see what she wants done with this goblin.
Can I take a look at the warg and see if I can do anything to help him out?
Yeah.
I mean, we told that bugbear that we would kill the goblin, and he kind of, he helped us out. I feel like we owe it to him to help him out.
Sure, true.
Elias, as you check on the ward, would this be a healing check, animal handling? How do you want to approach this?
I want to check and see if the warg is still if it's just like knocked down, or if it's dead. What its status is, and then depending on where it's at, we'll determine what I do.
This warg is unconscious as its chest heaves. You see that it is immaculately groomed, and it smells rancid, like the feces of a much larger or perhaps more dangerous animal.
Oh yeah, this fella right here. He's been cared for. He's been loved. I've got him all brushed out. This looks nice. I think his nails been trimmed back a little bit. For comfort. Yeah, you gotta take good care of someone's love like this. I will.
We are down a horse.
I
do not think we could tame a warg.
I'm gonna cast Healing Warg.
There you are. Nice.
And I'm gonna cast it, and as soon as it's cast, I'm gonna having my hand on the warg. As soon as it starts getting, I'm just it's okay. There you go. It's all right. Keep it from jumping up and trying to assault us again.
Will you make an animal handling check, please?
Yes. Big money, no whammy. 24.
Ooh. The warg gets up, its fur bristling, and it begins to growl at you, and growls at the group of you, slowly backing away.
Can I try to command it using Goblin?
You can try.
I do know it as a language. I want to. What kind of check would that be?
Animal handling. I'll allow you to make an animal handling check.
Okay.
This is Brutus's first time hearing Goblin from No Nox. He's been hiding it this entire time.
It's because you keep talking in Goblin, thinking I don't understand you, and
you know how much this would have helped me learn?
It's funny to me. 16.
What commands do you issue?
Sit.
As you issue the command, the creature looks agitated. It turns its head towards you and turns abruptly and sprints away.
Well, I tried.
It's a good try.
And
Maybe whoever owned it won't kill us later.
the warg seeks to run away, and it is lost in the fog and the trees. All that is left is knives.
You know what? I have a terrible track record with animals so far.
You should stop trying this.
Yeah.
Providing no one else wants to do anything with daggers, he's just gonna bring it up to Detheda, kind of like hoist him up by like the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, into the river with him.
Yeah, I think we kill him. We made a deal with that bugbear.
Oh, but that belt looks quite nice. Wait. And before you are able to toss him, she kind of, frisks this goblin and removes a belt that has many knives upon it.
All right, and I'll do it. He puts the goblin down on the floor and he says, "May you rest in peace, brother." And he just goes ahead and just crushes his windpipe and throws him in the river.
Very good, Brutus. Oh, he had this. And she hands the potion of healing to you, Brutus. Kendall, what do you make of this? And she throws you the belt. I think there is some magic on it.
No way. I wouldn't be able to identify it without some time, but I could.
Sure, please
I could
look over it then as we continue, maybe.
Sure. Cool.
And so you have dispatched the warg with its goblin rider Daggers, and you have allowed the bugbear to go freely. And of course, the dwarves and Detheda are most grateful. They've been hiding in the cart, of course.
And did we end up coming back with Detheda's cousin? Sorry.
Oh yeah, we grab him. We don't leave him.
Thank you.
Probably just rude to ignore her request of bringing her dead cousin.
I think I'm gonna let Brutus take care of that because I'm still nursing my wounds.
Always with the corpses.
You load Detheda's cousin into the wagon, and you continue your journey on foot now, as the mule cart has been destroyed handily, and the remaining cart is drawn by the mule and the horse, and Detheda begins to regale you with a tale of when she and Commander Hawkins were trapped deep beneath the earth, deep beneath Mount Dalrin Caillou. And that's where we're going to end the adventure for this evening. Well done, my players. And I want to thank everybody who, hung out with us for this game. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, thumbs up, subscribe, hit notifications, and feel free to stop by our Discord. And there's a link on our Twitch. I think there's a Discord link in our YouTube descriptions. If not, I will make sure that happens. And you can stop by, hang out, join our small community, and if you would like to support the stream, we greatly appreciate that, and you can subscribe on Twitch. Keep in mind, if you have Amazon Prime, you get Prime Gaming, and you get a free Twitch sub with that package. Let's go. Send it to the Heroes Era.
Nice. Might as well. Gotta go somewhere.
Until
Give it
next
to
time,
us.
the adventure continues.
Goodbye, everybody.
Still alive.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Until next time.